Hello. All right, we're back for this is November the 2nd, 2020. Let's have a look. So we're going to go through today's work. Just before we start, have a look. This is the final presentation that I did. I made from your work a couple of weeks ago. Let's have a quick listen at the beginning. This is Rupak, Chisato, and Kento.
Hey man,
Paul,
it's great to see you, mate.
you too, Paul. It's been years. You haven't changed at all.
Just got better looking.
How come you're so late?
Paul's flight from LA was delayed and the traffic coming back was just awful.
That gave us time to get to know each other.
Yeah, Paul told me all about his travels, every detail.
All right, there you go. Have a listen to that. It's pretty good. That's the last one. Excellent. Nicely done. So we're going to move on down. Let's have a look at what we were doing. This is last time. We're talking about deductions, grammar on how to say things that you think have happened, must have happened, could have happened. Okay. And the worksheet, not this one, the worksheet for this week was this one here. So let's check up. Let's have a look at some of the answers. Make sure you got those. So not too many. Just see if you can check those up. On 6B answers. All right. And then we moved on to something a little bit harder where you had to input your own ideas. Okay, your own ideas. Where it was a form about your modes of deduction. And it looked a bit like this. Okay, and you got your form to fill in. Like that. So what I've done is that if I'm going to go through some of the possible answers, and you can actually go back and type in again if you want. But see if you can compare what you wrote with what I think is possibly a good answer. You don't have to be exactly the same, but let's have a look, see what I wrote. So the first one there, your brother always phones you on your birthday. Yesterday was your birthday, but he didn't phone you. He can't have remembered. I put the word there, remembered. He must have forgotten. Okay, that was a popular answer. Next one, you're usually at the top of your class for spelling in the English lesson, but the teacher tells you that all your answers are incorrect. You don't believe it. And it's your speech. I can't have made a mistake. For example, the teacher must have mixed up my paper with someone else. Okay, so that was my choice for that one. Number 3, your cousin told you that she was going to marry a Hollywood actor. She can't have been correct. She must have been lied to by him. Okay, now that was just an option. Maybe you had a different one. Number 4, yesterday you ate seafood in a restaurant. You've been sick all night and you feel terrible. You must have eaten some bad fish. The fish might not have been fresh or not have been cooked. So if you think it's sashimi, then it'll be fresh. If you think it's other fish, it'll be cooked. Number 5, you invited some friends round to your home. They've been to your house before and they know the way, but they have rather an old car. They can't have forgotten the way. Their car might have broken down. Okay. And You sent an email to a colleague to phone you urgently as soon as he got to the office. That was yesterday, and your colleague still hasn't called. He might not have received your message, or he might not have checked his email. He couldn't have received your message, or he can't have received your message. He can't have checked his emails. So you can put either of those answers in the space in a different order. Or maybe you have a different version. So check those against mine. What you put against mine. See if you can... it's always good to make a copy of your answers to yourself, and then you can check them up. But if you can remember what you did. It says here, send me a copy of my responses. All right. So those are modes of deduction. That was last week. And then the last thing we did was we had a look at here, the big speech, modes of deduction. And this PowerPoint here. So let's play, we'll just play one, and we'll go through it, and let's have a look.
In the first picture, the girl might be waiting for her friend to come to the restaurant. Her friend is late, so she might be wandering and looking outside the window. Her friend might got stuck on traffic, so she could text her friend and ask where she is. In the second picture, the man can't be a thief. The cops must have got misunderstood by his action. Before the man gets to the police station, he must tell the cops that he is innocent, so that the cops could listen to the man's objection and might let him free. In the third picture, the woman might have had a bad day. She must have been disappointed and angry about her day. The man could be asking what had happened to her. He should listen what she says and must comfort her. In the fourth picture, the man must have been exhausted. He looks tired and sleepy. He could have caught a cold and might have sneezed a lot on tissue. He might get fever, so he should take a rest and must drink some medicine.
All right, there you go. That's that was Nina's version there. Okay, so nicely done. See if you can add as quick as you can. Can you add the rest of your detective stories there? As you can see, well, there's a new one we're coming on to now. So see if you can fill out those, and let's go to today's work. All we have to do, and what we're going to do this time is we're going to use the textbook, because we normally go online, but we're going to use the textbook this time, page 66 and 67, because you paid for it, so you should be using it. See if you can have a look at all of the pages on 66, 67, all of the exercises, and there's quite a bit of listening to do. And it's all about, the topic is education, mainly for high school. All right. And some university as well. So have a look at those. There's also quite a lot of listening, as you can see. Let me see if it's in the right order. So this is the first.
English File 4th edition, Intermediate Students Book. CD 4. 7.1. 1.
History.
2.
Geography.
3.
All right, just the listening school subjects. Let's make sure the listening's in order. So that's 7.1. This should be 7.5.
7.5.
There you go. Next one.
7.6. 7.7. 7.8.
And the last one.
7.9.
Okay, so they're all in order. If you can follow, go down for those listenings. So see if you can do all that. So this week we're not going to do any online because just because you bought the book, so you want to use the book. And then there's a form to do. Let's have a look at this form. Let me click this. Okay, this is my high school report card. So what you have to do is have a look at all the school subjects, and then it says here, awful, I hated it. It was not my favorite, but okay. I was good at it, or the best ever. I loved it. So can you add in what you thought about how your performance was at school in the different subjects? Okay, so we got art, foreign languages, geography, history, IT, Japanese literature, mathematics, sport, sciences. And then after that, what I want you to write is, can you write your summary of the best and the worst from the list? So what did you think was the best and the worst subjects? And give some reasons why. Just 75 to 100 words, that one. And then under that it says, my behavior at school. How would the teacher and or other students describe you? All right, how would they describe your behavior at school? What do you think? See if you can do that. If you want to make a copy, you can have a copy of the answers sent to your email. So you got to log in. Don't forget to log in with your QI email. So that's a report card. Have a look at that. We'll go back. All right, then moving on to today's grammar. What I've got here is zero conditional and first conditional. Let me just click this first. So zero conditional is when something is always true, like something that is scientific or always happening. When you open a bottle of cola, some gas escapes. When I wake up, the sun shines through the window. Okay, these are things that always happen, 99 to 100% sure. If you turn on the switch, the light goes on. Okay, so these are phrases that are used when something is always true. You can even use if in a zero conditional. When is probably more popular, but you can use if. And then the first conditional is possible future results. This is when things are very, very possible to happen in the future. So it's a strong opinion about the future. That's the best way to describe it. It's a strong opinion of the future. So if you don't tell your mother, you will be in trouble. Okay, that's a strong opinion of the future. If you stay up too late, you will fail the test tomorrow. All right. So you notice the word, these words are in the present tense, and then you're using the word will. Again, present tense and the word will. So that's the first conditional. What we're going to do in the next couple of lessons is go to the second, third conditional, and so on. So we're building it up. So today is the first two, which is zero and first conditional. To explain it in a lot of detail, we've got this video.
Hey, I'm Emma from English. Welcome to a fascinating, interesting grammar lesson. Another one in our series about conditional sentences.
All right, so have a watch that. It's about 15 minutes long. She goes into a lot of detail on that particular grammar point. So have a watch of that. From the textbook, I've got 7.7a grammar. So make sure you can go through that and do that. Try and do this before we talk about it in the next video, because there's no point just waiting for me to explain it. Just try it yourself, because you learn better if you try it first and then and then I'll show you where you may have been right or wrong. Okay, so do that first. It's good practice. And then we're moving on to strong opinion. How long? I think possibly I'd say 20 to 25 minutes on this one. You might need to think about it a bit longer, but we'll say 20 minutes. And we're mixing both of the topics today, which is school, university, and the first conditional. So I've taken this from page 69. What you have to do is have a look at this this picture. I got a large version here, I think. If I click that, yeah. So I want you to choose one statement from each. One statement from each. And you're going to give your strong opinion. Do you agree or disagree? Okay. School doesn't prepare students for life. They should be taught practical skills like childcare and how to cook healthy food. Okay, so you're going to give your opinion on one of those each. You try and use your first conditional about the effects of maybe not doing this or doing this, if you agree or disagree. So choose one from school, one from university. Should take you about a minute and a half. Okay, if it's too quick, just keep talking. Give some more opinion. If you think it's too quick and you can't think of anything else, just do another one. Just do more than one each if you want to fill up the time. That's what I recommend. Okay. So when you've finished Evolcaro, of course, copy and paste. You know how to do it. And then we'll go back to the link. And you're going to copy it under your strong opinion on school and university. Okay. And see if you can get that in before the start of the next class. All right, so that's it for this week. Have a look at that. And of course, I'm going to post this video. You should see this video at the top. All right, and that's November the 2nd, 2020.